Oh, this will take like 37. Let's go for it. What's poppin', guys? Garrchampion here. And this is a week 7 battle between the Lake Serperiors and the Cortando Corphish. I gotta be real with you guys. Unfortunately, this is not going to be a live reaction one. I had a lot of technical difficulties ever since I updated my software, recorded intro, outro, and voice commentary over the battle, and it was no sound on my end. So, anyways, hopefully you guys do enjoy my commentary for this, even though I do know what happens. So, thank you for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day. Peace. All right, here we go. We got the Cortando Corphish taking on the Lake Serperiors. Week 7. As we see the Nacho Libre come in as a lead against the Magnet Trio. Shiny, by the way. Looks pretty clutch. Both Pokemon are kind of at a disadvantage. They both cover each other's type weakness, but they're also super effective to them. So the fact that the Magnet Trio here can terrestrialize into fire type to not take a super effective hit does put this thing at a slight advantage here, as well as bulk. So we see the Kinichu take out the Nacho Libre and go into Aragog, the scary spider, the little horn on its head. But this little magnet here, set of magnets, is not afraid of that, as it terrestrializes into the fire type, throwing a Chandelure on top of its head. That is actually in the roster. And it flash cannons does a crap ton of damage. So this thing being able to force out the Nacho Libre was pretty nice, essentially making this Ariados useless. I was kind of shocked not to see a Sucker Punch, knowing that this thing could most likely outspeed because the Ariados does have a 40 base speed stat, while I think Magneton is actually relatively fast. Shockingly, it's like a 70 base speed, I believe. Go ahead and roast me in the comments if that's wrong, but this is just going off memory. So yeah, we got magnets on fire over here, and we send out the Paldean champion, Bigglesworth here. So the fire type does make it almost super effective with the fur coat, as he does not go for that and goes for the tri-attack, and oh my gosh, gets the paralysis on this poor cat here. So this thing getting a little bit of luck, as the Chilling Water unfortunately does not even kill it with a crit. That goes to show the power of a Violite Magneton, as Bigglesworth is taken down by the Magneton. So this Magneton putting serious pressure on the Lake Serperiors, as back in comes the Nacho Libre. This thing outspeeds, and this thing actually can kill it, so it doesn't threaten it. The acrobatics is enough to finish the Flamin' Magnets. And Howlucha getting another kill. Got some pretty fire nicknames from the Corphish as well this week. Not amused. Pretty fun nickname here. So this does put some pressure on the Nacho Libre here, as we do see Substitute revealed, as it does get him up for free as the Mew goes for a Stealth Rock. And then now Psychic is going to put this thing in a position, as the Nacho Libre is able to get a Sword Stance off. And my question here is, how is this thing going to set up Unburden? You know, we could see, if it is like the White Herb Close Combat set, then it's not going to be super effective. It's not going to be very effective at all, actually, on the Mew. And so that's not looking like an option here, as we do see the repeated Substitute and Psychic turns here. We do see a possible Trick Room thought here. Contemplating it a little bit. It is a little risky if they do go for the Substitute, which it does seem like they are going for it. So is this going to be like a Pinch Berry set? Oh, no, it is not. It is a berry, but it's not a Pinch Berry. It's a Citrus Berry. So the Unburden is now live. Get a little bit of health back. as now this Nacho Libre is in a bit of a pinch because it cannot substitute forever here. So we will see if this thing has a coverage move to take care of the Mew. It's going to be tough to take down with the 100 base defense and 100 base HP, given that it has 100 base stats across the board. As we do see the acrobatics, and unfortunately it takes about maybe 55-60%, as Trick Room is now set. So it does counter this Nacho Libre being extremely fast, so it will outspeed under Trick Room, and should be able to take this thing out if it does stay in. Get a nice little view of the in-game characters there, both looking pretty clutch. Nice hair matching their logo. And then the cool little Pokeball haircut on the side of the Serperiors coach. So the Psychic does take care of the Nacho Libre. It was honestly probably a good sack. And what wants to come in now? Doodle Bob, as that is revealed to be the Mimikyu. Does take some Stealth Rock damage. And Psychic is the best option here to get rid of Doodle Bob's disguise, as this thing can set up if it so chooses, as we do see the Swords Dance. Now a Shadow Sneak is very free here from the Serperiors, as the Mew is now killed because of it. So not amused was pretty useful this match in order to help counter the Howlucha. As we see Future Yama coming in here. I love Futurama. Great show. I don't know if that's a reference, but frickin' Fry and Bender, man. Those two are frickin' hilarious. We got an interesting set here. Body Press, Iron Defense, Rest. That's nuts. So this thing under Trick Room is nuts. This thing's kind of slow, super bulky, as we see the dimensions turn back to normal. So it is nice to see a different variation of Mew come this week. Rather than setup, be more support. I like when coaches bring out different sets and all that for Pokemon, because it makes it very hard to predict what they're going to bring. Even this Iron Hands is very different from what we've seen before. But speaking of what we haven't seen before, we have seen the Choice Scar Final Gambit before, and it unfortunately is not able to take this thing out. It does have HP investment, and it probably has higher base HP stat, given that information there that it didn't kill. So Luffy goes down, and all that's left is the Alolan champion, the Queen. So we got Arbok coming in. Arbok against the world here. As we see the MB Keys coming. Funny nicknames. It's always entertaining on the Corphish's side with all these clutch nicknames. And we do see a Coil set up. Coil is a pretty fun set there for Charbok. So we do see more Trick Room capabilities here. Now, it has not been revealed what item, so we will find out here in a second. So MB Keys, ooh, that's very unfortunate. Now has the lagging tail, so that will always go last in its speed bracket, unfortunately. So every base attack he will always be last. If it does have Sucker Punch, it will outspeed regular, like a regular move. But if they were to use 2 priority moves, it would always be slower still. So we do see the doubled up Coil, Earthquake, KO the Klefki. As we see better than the Goodra coming in. How's this going to handle it? It appears it's going for a Scald Burn to help cripple this thing even further. Does not kill or the burn, but this Gunk Shot will hit, connect, and that Goodra's down. I think that's the fastest that Goodra has ever gone down this entire season. By the way, that thing is always a tank. So unfortunately here, that's going to be game, because this thing has Grassy Surge, outspeeds any Sucker Punch capabilities, and is going to take out this Arbok. So what do we learn from this? Is that boomers can take out the queen. And unfortunately, a critical hit. A little overkill on that one. Little ape going crazy. So that was a good match. That was a good match. So that wraps up the regular season games for both coaches. And with the win from the Cortando Corphish, it does help them get closer to that playoff spot. No official announcements will be made yet about who makes it in playoffs. That video will probably go live on Monday or so. So, with that said, good match, both of you guys. That was definitely a fun battle to watch. And, yeah, guys, leave a like, comment. Comment anything. Comment how good your day is, you know, or how much you like watching these Draft League battles, you know. So, thank you guys. Have a wonderful day, and peace out.